Hi, my name is Richard Embrick, and I'm so excited and honored to share the magic that happens in this room. So welcome to STEmbrick Academy. Okay, so I teach coding and robotics in addition to chemical, electrical, mechanical, and computer engineering at David Crockett Middle School. Okay, so what makes my teaching unique is that I take what students learn in science, their foundation, and I stretch it. Besides introducing new concepts, my lessons reinforce student learning by providing several opportunities for them to use and apply science concepts, to nurture and develop science IQ, and to problem solve. Okay, so for example, in front of me are a working motor, night lights, electromagnetic machines, and a lot of projects that the students are involved in. After my 8th graders complete their study in chemistry, for example, they have several opportunities to apply what they know about valence electrons, conductivities, properties of elements, and more. They combine that knowledge with math, engineering, and writing to create solutions that solve real issues virtually or through university-sponsored competitions. The class that you're going to be observing today is made up of 80% minority students, 37% of them are female. They come from all backgrounds. I have ELL students in the class, SPED, on-level, and GT. What makes this class unique is that a lot of them are taking this engineering class for the first time. So the lesson that you're going to be observing in the video is our unit on nanotechnology, which is a multidisciplinary field of discovery in which scientists and engineers work with physics, chemistry, biology, information technology, and other disciplines and are contributing to its research and breakthroughs. We're going to start with an inquiry lab before introducing the topic to pique my students' interests, and then we're going to follow up with objectives. The students will complete a gallery walk and collaborate with each other exploring facts or myths of nanotechnology, and then they'll complete a discussion post on fact or myth and back up their opinions with what they already know or think they know about today's technology. While the students are completing this, you will then get a short tour of my use of technology integration via application called Schoology. Then I will present the actual facts to the class, and the students will conduct a research of an article online in an area of nanotechnology that interests them, such as health, food, space program, textiles, or materials. We will then follow up with a lab and lab safety of students developing and conducting an experiment to test nanotechnology enhanced products. They will extrapolate data, and then they will share out their findings. So the unit in nanotechnology is over 5 days, and what you're going to observe is 3 of those 5 days in the video. And I hope you have a fun time watching my students as much as I have teaching them. First of all, I'd like to congratulate every single one of you guys for accomplishing our mission last semester. You survived the playground challenge. You did the peg toy challenge as well as the cube. However, a company has come out and they are asking this new product that has come out, and they want you to investigate to see if it has anything that they could use. Okay? So in the front of the table is a piece of paper. I want you to pull that paper out at this time. Inside the cup is water. Yes, it says do not write on it. You also have a piece of paper at your table that you can write on. Okay? So go ahead and take a look at that. It states exactly you're going to make observations. You're going to come up with a theory of why you think this product does what it does. There is 2 cloths inside the container. And then you're going to answer the question, what applications could this product be used to improve our quality of life? Could we further test the product? And what other ideas or materials would be needed to conduct further tests? So all you're going to do, here are the instructions. You're just going to take the dropper. You're going to get a little bit of the water out of the cup, and you're going to apply 1 drop onto each of the fabrics. Then write down, discuss, and write down your observations. All right, so go ahead and do that now.
Okay, so it is starting to sink in.
Yeah, it is.
But not that much.
It's really not that much. Hey, let me see. Yeah.
Go ahead and use another, put another drop of water on it.
Okay.
There you go.
That's 2 drops.
Yeah.
It's a tear.
Now try to like hold it up. And what does it do?
Yeah, I tried
Hold
that.
this.
Not working out well.
It moves.
It moves?
Yeah, the water will move.
Okay. There you go.
It's like
So
marble.
like, why is it doing that?
So the lighter fabric was not able to absorb the water
But
the
darker fabric absorbs the water.
completely.
So what other tests can we use this for? What else can we use this?
We said for like a waterproof.
We can use the
Backpack
fabric
or
to make like a
something.
backpack, waterproof.
Okay, waterproof backpack. What other tests can you do besides water? I mean, can you do any other kind of tests on it?
I mean, you could try different liquids.
Like, okay,
Yeah.
different liquids. Like, name a couple that would be realistic that could be applied in
Bleach.
Yeah.
So people normally get dish soap on them. Just like, here you go, dish soap.
Detergent.
Juice. Okay, so juice. Yeah. no. So that's why I was like, do we normally? Okay, so juice, ketchup, stuff like that.
Yeah, and
little
mustard.
kids. Yeah. Okay, perfect. Excellent.
No, that's not weird.
All right. So, wait for Amorous. Really? Okay. So our objective today, guys, is you're gonna write down your essential question, your learning intentions, and your success criteria. On the essential question, there are 3. We want to know, what is nanotechnology? Why do we want to make or study small things? Why do we want to do that? And how, the most important thing, how will nanotechnology affect my life? Because you guys just finished last semester your unit in chemistry, correct? Counting atoms, you guys did the counting atoms, correct? Yeah. Okay, so you guys did all that, and so in here, we're actually going to take that, and we're going to see how we are currently applying that to make lives better. You guys can actually see that. All right, your learning intentions. You will identify facts regarding nanotechnology, including the properties of materials that are made at the nanoscale. You will describe how nanoproducts are used in society today and discuss the present and future impact that it's had. And finally, you will identify examples of nanotechnology enhanced products and the tools and processes required to manipulate matter at the nanoscale. All right. So at the end of this week, this is a week-long project, you will create and conduct an experiment to test the claims of nanotechnology enhanced products. You will extrapolate data, and then you're going to present your findings to us, to the class. Okay, so notebooks down? All right, so the next thing we're going to do is, around this room, there are 10 things about nanotechnology. Some of them are true, and some of them are false intentionally. All right, so what you're going to do is we're going to split the class up into 2. You can see them over here. They have numbers on them, so there's 1, 2, 3. Number 4 is actually behind this door. Number 5 over here. And then number 6 is on the other side, 7, 8, and 9, and you can see 10 over here. Okay? So we're going to split up into 2 groups. Now the goal is you're going to go into either teams of 2, 3, or 4. Okay? No one's by themselves. And you're going to go to each statement, and you're just going to do a gallery walk. And what you're going to do is just read the statement, determine if it's fact or myth, and then why you think that is, and then just move to the next one. Everyone. So what do you think, fact or myth? Do we have a tiny car?
I'll be honest. Can it work?
That's right. Well, it says, is there a nano-sized car? So now you already know that we're talking about something really tiny that you can't see, right? So is there one that has doors, tires, and seats moving around?
I want to say no.
Why do you say that?
Because based on what I've learned throughout the years, I don't think like something that small can ever.
Very good. That's fair enough. Good job, Christian. Okay. All right. This is the biological nanomachines. That's fact. Why? Why do you think that?
Yeah.
Well, what's biological mean? What does bio mean?
Life, and
Life.
that does not mean
Living. So is there living nanomachines that naturally exist in your body? Natural.
Yeah. How can there be a machine that naturally exists in your body?
Well, of course, it's the definition of what a nanomachine is. Something to think about.
Okay, yes.
Cell?
Through nanotechnology, someone read it out loud.
Through nanotechnology, steaks can be made
All I
by
read was
atoms
this.
such that cows are no longer needed to produce the meat.
So,
I think that's a
Myth. I think it's a myth.
it doesn't matter. We can't just make meat out of nanotechnology. We can't just create meat.
Oh, it's metal.
I don't know. That's what I was asking. Okay, thank you. So this is an interesting one. So why don't you guys go ahead and read the statement? What does it say?
Self-cleaning toilets are now available. These toilets made with nanotechnology that keeps
Porcelain.
So what do you think?
Well, see,
Do we have self-cleaning toilets?
No.
we have something like it, but we don't have it
possibility.
exactly.
Who cleans your toilets right now?
My mother.
Oh
Yeah,
my
I
lord! Wouldn't your mother be so excited if she had a toilet that cleaned itself?
But
Do we have that technology?
Well, she has boys
It's a
at
smart
home.
idea.
She has boys at home. She need to teach the boys how to be responsible. Because they might make them want to sit down there and just scrub the toilets.
I gotcha. Okay. All right. Thank you guys.
Why have self-cleaning toilets if you have kids?
All right. So here's what everyone huddle up. So here's what I now need you guys to do. So you've gotten a chance to go around and take a look at these fact or myth statements. So you're gonna log into Schoology, okay? You're gonna go into the folder Nanotechnology, and there's a discussion post. In the discussion post is the 10 things that you just saw around this room. So all I need you to do is you're gonna go to each one, and you're just gonna write fact or myth, and then tell me why based on your personal experiences. So either you read about it, you heard about it, you saw it in the news, someone said something, maybe you daydreamed about it, I don't know. But if you think it's possible, then put down, fact and why you think. If you don't think it's possible, then just tell me why you don't think it's possible. Obviously some things just doesn't make sense, right? And you could just tell me that that's what you feel. Do not write down anything that is like IDK or anything like that. Everyone has an opinion. I need to see what you guys are thinking, okay? So go ahead and go to the computers and start on the discussion post. You're going to have about 7 minutes to get that done. Now, the key is, very important, David, that you do not, not saying that you would, David, but that you do not go to Google. We know Google is our friend, but we do not need to look up information. This is strictly fact or myth and why you think it is. There's no right or wrong, guys. This is a safe environment. You do not have to try to hunt down the answers, okay? All right, good luck. Okay, so as you can see, all the students are in Schoology. They're doing the discussion post, and I just want to kind of show you technology integration. So over here is the Schoology account. This is the Gateway class that's now open for the second semester. They have 2 folders they can get into. This is the one that they're in right now, Nanotechnology, for this week. And they can come in here, and you can see where they can, they're actually in the fact or myth folder. We have essential questions, so if they were absent, they can actually go on here and get the essential questions or off the board. Introduction, PowerPoints. So I'm going to click on PowerPoints, and you can see that we have different PowerPoints. Whatever presentations I produce, I can put the PowerPoints on here, and they can review that at home, on their leisure. If they're struggling or got behind on their notes, they can come back in here and grab those. And then videos and other things like that. So that's Schoology technology integration for the class. We can't figure out how to get the the stuff off the nanoteasers. We have been successful with some, but we're trying to figure this out to make it better. All right, putting it down is very difficult. All right, next one. What about the gold nano-sized balls? A lot of you guys said myth, right? That's actually true. We have tiny gold capsules, a few nanometers in diameter. We coat it with antibodies. So it's not the gold that's curing. I know. The capsules then adhere to the tumor and eradicates with a laser. The gold heats up and it destroys the tumor, leaves everything else healthy. I'm not sure. All right, engineers have created a nano-sized car. What do you guys think? Is this true or false? All right, this is actually a myth. However, the only myth part of this is that we don't have the doors, tires, and seats, but we actually do have the nano-sized car already. Okay, it's made up of buckyballs. You're going to discover that on Thursday. Those are made of carbon. So you think about atoms and how small. So we do have a car already built. What about clothes that have no stains? You guys just did an experiment. So this is, okay, YouTube video. Some of you guys just did the experiment. So if anyone put myth when you just did the experiment, shame on you. Shame. You can tell your parents right now that they actually have the technology. And so if you've been asked to clean the toilets, just say, hey, why can't we get one of those self-cleaning toilets? Because they really do exist. The technology, the mold, does not adhere to the surface. Japan has them. Finally, what about the meat? Can we make meat out of thin air? No. That is a myth, guys. We cannot do that. It's too complex. The proteins are too complex. We can't do that. However, we can put food additives to make it last longer. So they did a study on McDonald's, and they took a hamburger and its French fries, and they have preservatives and stuff like that, and they were able to let it sit for months, and it never molded or mildewed or rotted. Yeah, it kept its form. Kept its form. All right. Chicken nuggets.
Yo, it's true. I saw a post on that. They just left it there for you.
Now, yeah, I figured. We're gonna go ahead and get started. The first thing is let's take a look at our ancestral questions. We actually answered a couple of those. Yesterday, you kind of explored a new topic, a new area. It's in Schoology. You guys will be able to record that in your engineering notebook. But what is nanotechnology? So it's the study of something. What's biology? The study of what? Life. And you knew that because of the word what? Bio means life. Well, nano has a word in it too. What's nano mean? Small. So that's exactly what it is. It's the study of dimensions. We've done dimensioning. So what is dimensioning? Good. Everyone, measurements. That's correct, right? Measurements and tolerances of less than 100 nanometers. Now, 1 nanometer is 10 times smaller than your DNA, right? The width of your DNA. So we're talking about 100 nanometers. So a little bit, anywhere from 100 all the way down to 1, okay? What's your problem? Very easy. You create a problem, that's a question, right? Your hypothesis is a testable statement, and then identify what did you change and what is the data that you're trying to collect. And in the sheet here, I give you an example of a marker. So if I'm trying to compare a nanotech enhanced marker versus a non-nano enhanced marker, I just want to see which one runs out of ink first. The nano one claims that they don't. Okay? So what's my independent variable? One's nano, one's not, right? It's the markers. And then my dependent, that's the data I'm collecting. What data am I collecting? The ink. Does it run out or not? So see how simple it is? I do include that example in a couple different ways so you could look at that.
Spray this water on the glass.
Okay.
And we did.
Okay. Okay.
And we did. But first, it sort of just scratch our fingernails on it.
Uh-huh.
And that hurts.
Okay.
There's still some left.
I know. Yeah, that's from older.
What's the point of this again?
Okay, so one of them is nano-enhanced and one of them is not. One of them is self-cleaning and one of them is not.
Which one is nano-enhanced?
But let me see yours.
This,
Let me see yours?
Mine says uncoated.
yeah, so that's the non-nano. And that's why you can see the scratches. Is that what you're doing? Are you seeing which one rubs off or are you looking?
Which one's more clear?
More clear. Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah. This one.
So tell us again, what is the task again? So we can get
We're putting like the nanotech sunscreen and the regular sunscreen
Okay.
to see which one's clear.
And which, on your hand here, which one has the nanotech? Which
This
one?
one.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, so can you zoom in? We can take a look at that because that's pretty cool. So you can actually see on even both skin complexions, you can actually see this is the normal, right? Correct? The normal size sunscreen, and this is the nanotech. So the nanotech is a lot clearer. Very cool. Awesome. Okay, gentlemen, tell me, what is your experiment? What are you guys doing?
We're testing if the end coat can prevent spells from escaping the packaging.
Okay, and which one has the end coat on it?
This pack.
And did it work?
Oh, we're still waiting.
Oh,
Wait
okay.
the time.
Still waiting the time. Okay, well, I will be back then. Gentlemen,
Hello.
Nicholas and David,
Yes.
what are we doing here besides playing with sand, which is something you guys always wanted to do, right? Isn't that what it
Yes.
is? So what's going on? Tell us what's going on.
I don't know.
So
I don't know what's happening.
this.
You don't know what's happening? Well, just tell me what you're observing then. You don't have to know what's happening. Just what are you observing?
The water isn't mixing with the red sand.
When you say mixing, what is that? What do you mean mixing?
It's not making the red sand wet.
So the red sand's staying dry? What about the blue sand? What happens with the blue sand?
It got wet.
Got wet. Okay. So you're going to be able to tell us on your presentation why that is, because the information is in there for you to actually share with us. This is hydrophobic. Very good. Very good.
Yeah, that's the word.
The glasses still fog up after using this clarity fog eliminator.
Right. Now, you know, just from previous years of doing this, that they both will fog up, but just one clears up faster
Yeah.
with the nano product. So have you tested it yet?
Yeah.
And did it work?
Yeah.
Then what happened?
Well, like we put it on and then.
Did you put it on both?
Huh?
I just
No,
saw
we
you
put it on
run
one
it.
side.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Because
No.
it says, and then compare each side.
Right.
Yeah, and then she blew on it, and then they both fogged up, but this one went away faster.
away faster.
And it didn't get as fogged up as this side.
And do you know why that happened? Like, what's inside this special cloth that allows it to do that? I'm sure you're going to share out with us, right? Okay. All right. I'll leave you to it.
our topic was the Clarity Fog Illuminator by me and Sophia.
Greatness always has to wait. You have another.
Oh, so if it's loading, this is the wipes, and this is the goggles we used in this experiment. So we used the wipe and we wiped it on one of the lenses and compared it to the other one to see if it actually works.
And we would just blow on both lenses. And then on the one that we used the wiping, a little bit of fog appeared, but it went away quickly. And then on the other side, there was fog, and it stayed there for a longer time.
Problem statement. Does Clarity Fog Illuminator let fog develop on the lens after being used?
Hypothesis. The fog eliminator will prevent the development of fog on the lenses of swim goggles.
The independent variable was one lens had the Nanotech Fog Eliminator and the other lens did not have it. The dependent variable is if the fog eliminator works on the lens.
Product and its use. Our product is a Clarity Fog Eliminator. The fog eliminator can be used on eyeglasses and sunglasses, lenses, and sports optics like goggles and face shields.
What is nano about the product? The dry wipe uses a self-assembly nano coating of liposomes that changes the surface properties. After use, surfaces are fog resistant, dirt resistant, and scratch resistant.
How does it work? The fog eliminator soft cloth spreads a dry, invisible, ultra-thin hydrophilic coating that absorbs moisture. The coating absorbs the fog microdroplets, instantly spreading across the film surface and evaporating back into the air before fog can form. This increases clarity in various climates, humid, hot, and cold climates. The application also protects the surface from scratches and other stresses. Each application gives many hours of protection.
How is it different from its non-nano counterparts? Unlike its non-nano counterparts, the anti-fog cloths have a nanotechnology-enabled coating on it, which makes it different.
Are the claims accurate? The claims are accurate, even though when we did the experiment with the goggles, on the side we rubbed the cloth and we blew on it, a little bit of fog showed, but it disappeared quickly. Instead, on the side that we didn't rub the cloth, more fog appeared and it stayed there for a longer time.
Interesting facts. The Clarity Fog Illuminators cost about $6 for a pack of 3 individual lens cloths. It can be used on mirrors, glass masks, electronic displays, devices, cameras, binocular windshields, and gun scopes. Basically, any lens. The cloths are reusable 8 to 10 times.
Excellent. Let's give a round of applause. All right, ladies, before you come back to your chairs, I just have one question. How do you think nano products might affect your life 25 years from now?
Life will become easier because nano products are always helping,
They make products better, in a way.
yeah,
So life will be better?
Yeah.
hopefully.
I hope so, right? Okay, great job, guys. Come on.
Okay, so my name is Karina,
And my name is Emily.
and this is our zinc oxide experiment. So our hypothesis. Our hypothesis is that over time, the nano-enhanced sunscreen will be sold since it performs better on skin. When the nano-enhanced sunscreen is rubbed into the skin, it becomes invisible to the naked eye. The problem statement is the nano-enhanced sunscreen clearer than the regular sunscreen?
So what is the product that we're working with? It's called the Ocean Potion Sunscreen, and it's sunblock. And what's nano about the sunscreen is that the zinc oxide has been broken up into nanoparticles, so it's not that it appears invisible when you rub it into your skin.
How does it work? The zinc oxide has been used to protect against skin damage from UVA and UVB rays from the sun. Skin whitening is caused by visible light scatter. The nanoparticles in this sunscreen not only protects the skin, but it does not scatter visible light, which causes it to appear clear on the skin.
So are the claims accurate? The claims are accurate because when we tested the Ocean Potion sunscreen, it was definitely more clear than the original sunscreen when we rubbed it into our skin. And how is the product different from its other nano counterparts? Is that it's clearer and it's not sticky, and it's also more moisturizing for your skin.
Our variables. Our independent variable was that one sunscreen had the technology in it and the other sunscreen did not. Our dependent variable was to determine which sunscreen was clearer on the skin.
And some interesting facts is that it has silver nanoparticles in the sunscreen to kill bacteria on your skin. And the nanoparticles in the sunscreen also make the product smoother, so it applies easier on your skin. And the nanoparticles are also more moisturizing for your skin.
Wow, so more moisturizing, and then you got killing bacteria. So basically, you guys like to use the the hand sanitizer. So you got the added benefit,
So you put
protection
soap on
from
your
the
skin.
sun. That's a lot of extra properties. So do you know how much it costs? Is it more expensive?
It costs like around $3 to $4 for like a small, but it's like really worth it because like you have like all these benefits from it.
Right.
And most like spray sunscreens that we use are like almost like $20 if like they say it's like really good.
Wow.
So I think
But
it's
then
like
it's just gloss.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for taking this journey and with me and watching my students in action. It's always an absolute pleasure to invite people into my classroom. So a couple of things I want to mention. The first one is relationship building and how important it is. You can tell through the video that my students and me, we have a great relationship. I get to know my students on a personal level, and that allows them to feel safe and to interact and trust everything that I am doing and to want to learn from me as a teacher. The second thing is the flipped classroom and just how important it is. I did talk about it, technology integration, but some things that you didn't get to see was that when students were doing the inquiry lab, some of the things that they were writing that I was able to assess them was what they thought was going on. I actually had a few students mention hydrophobic, and therefore I knew that they knew what they were talking about. They were onto something, but other students, not so much. And then they were able to go on to Schoology to do that article research, research the article and talk about something that they found interesting. So they were learning on their own. The flipped classroom also allows students that were absent or students that are struggling, I can cater lessons directly to them to reinforce it. And they come into my class, allowing me more time to do hands-on activities with my students in my project-based learning. The third thing is that you don't often get to see this, but my students are actually underdogs. They come in intimidated with wanting to do coding because of the amount of science concepts. Coding involves, with robotics, involves things like variables and if-then statements. And my job is to free them of that, get the students to get out of their comfort zone. At the end of the year, I'm always impressed when my students come up to me and say, "Thank you so much, Mr. Embrick. I used to be shy, but because you had me doing all these presentations, as you can see some of the labs, they had to actually explain and present to the class their findings." The fourth thing, of course, is competitions. You don't get to see that in the video, but my students are involved in competitions and they place all the time. I want them to experience what college life is like. And then the STAR test results, it speaks for itself. The state exam for science, we have over 90% passing here at David Crockett. And talking about 90% passing, we serve the non-traditional STEM students. So we have 80% minority students with over 50% that are socioeconomically disadvantaged here at this campus. And yet we have this huge number with 90% passing. That's not normal. That's not what we see in the state average. And then the last thing, of course, and you would never be able to tell from watching my students, is that we just got hit with Hurricane Harvey. A lot of my kids are still recovering from that. I have one kid that actually still lives in a hotel. I have another one that comes in the midday because he doesn't get any sleep. Mom gives him NyQuil, and he sleeps through the morning and he comes in later in the afternoon. But yet these students still come to school every day excited and wanting to learn science. And I feel that it's because of the impact that we've had from the class and the way that the class is structured. So I hope that you have this opportunity to come out and meet my students, talk to them, and get to experience the great things that are happening at Crockett and across this district in Fort Bend ISD. Thank you so much.